The trouble between Elder and the Eisenclan is over.
So, Elder can drown his sorrows instead of shouting them around Goliath. How did you manage that?
After a little chat, Orn agreed it was best for the clans to work together.
A little chat, eh? Well, however you managed it, it's a relief. I was worried this would build into something bigger.
Listen, Orn had better pull himself together, or I'll deal with him myself.
Well, I should have had more faith. It seems people do believe in our cause.
Anger was behind the trouble. He hoped that since the Hammer Clan wasn't being served, that he could lure people to join the Eisenclan.
You're sure of this?
Orn told me himself.
Then it seems I must speak with Ragnar, and we'll find a way to persuade Angrim out of such tactics. We have enough trouble with the elves without fighting amongst ourselves. Thank you for your service. Take this for payment, and keep this matter between us.
Those raptors are dead meat.
We can get back to hunting again now. Well, I take my words back. You have proved yourself. Maybe I have grown too cynical in my time out here. I certainly didn't expect you to survive, let alone kill those raptors.
Is that all you want from life?
What else is there? Hunting, fresh air, and... well, Goliath does have one thing to offer that can't be found here.
What is that?
Beer. I can't remember the last time I had one. Beer is the only thing missing from life.
Here, you can have this one.
You'd give me a beer? What's the catch?
No catch. You look like you need a beer.
I did underestimate you.
That man, he's the one I saw on the mountain. The one who took my armor.
So we meet again.
I don't know what you're talking about. What do you want from me?
My equipment, my armor.
Hey, watch the blade. I don't know what you're talking about.
Where are the things you stole from me?
Stole? Stole? Hey, just relax there, okay? We can talk everything over calmly without the need for accusations. I'll get you a drink at the fort, yeah? What do you say?
How about I throw you off the nearest cliff and take everything you have?
Shit! You're him? How did you survive? Honestly, I didn't think I was stealing. I thought it was salvage. I thought you were dead.
Shit, what happened here? You think Baxter did this?
No, look at the blast marks. This was Alb's.
Fuck. You think they're still around?
Could be. I heard that an Alb commander moved into this area.
Then let's get the fuck out of here.
You can't run from those guys. They want you dead, you're dead.
All Elex to the hybrid.
Shit.
Is that him?
Hey man, you can have the Elex. We'll get out of here.
We're just here to look for this guy. We've seen what we need to, so we can go back to the Duke. No trouble, yeah?
The Duke is irrelevant. All must bow to the hybrid, or die.
You don't want to do this.
The hybrid's will shall be served. Just tell me where my armor is.
Hey, before you start threatening me, remember who you are and where you are. You're an Alb commander. Your own people will want you executed, and so will all the factions if they find out who you are. So calm down and stop drawing attention to yourself.
Who would believe you even if you live long enough to be believed? I want my armor back. You're going to give it to me.
Yes, I got that. But you have to help me first. You see, I've got some people after me. I need some help dealing with them.
Did you steal from these people too?
You were a dead man. You can't steal from a dead man. And surely that's how you want me to remember it. That you're dead. You don't want people to know you're alive.
Are you threatening me?
No. I'm saying we could help each other. You don't need the Albs or anyone chasing you. And I need to get these guys off my back.
These guys who are after you, are they the reason you left it down?
Yeah. And finding you, finding your stuff gave me the funds to clear out before they caught up with me. So I came back here into the desert. Seems we're both on the run, hey? Partners in crime? You help me, I help you.
So you really think I'll forgive you and help out?
Hey, wow. Losing the Elex has brought out your emotions. But think, I can help you. And I can't pay you back for that equipment if I'm dead. It's in your interest to help me out.
I'm here for my armor.
I don't have it. I sold it off.
Sold it to who?
You have to understand it's gone.
You left me to die after stealing from me. Why shouldn't I leave you to die?
You're an Alb, a fighter, but you don't know the world outside of Zakor like I do. I know how people think.
You think I need lessons in psychology?
Lessons in psychology? Just listen to yourself, man. You don't even talk like real people do. You'll get cheated, betrayed, and that's if no one figures out who you are.
I don't need you.
You haven't so far. You've got lucky. You might be an expert in war, Commander, but trust me, out there, you're a beginner. You need someone with a flair for business. Someone who can sniff trouble before you hit it.
Well, good. Let's assume I am buying this nonsense.
Come with me into the fort. That's like the Outlaws HQ here in Tavar.
And when we get there?
You can help me get in. There are some things there I have to sort out, but I'll have a lot of trouble trying to get in alone. It won't take long to get what I need.
What is it you're planning to steal?
Steal? That was just one time, and I thought you were dead. Look, there's some guy put a price on my head, a full contract with my name on it, and I don't know who it is or why they've done it. I mean, I'm Ray, lovable Ray. Who wants to kill Ray? Well, someone does, and I have to find out who it is before I get a bullet in my head.
And you really don't know who put a price on your head?
Yeah. I mean, no. That's part of what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, I'm Ray. Happy Ray. Friendly Ray. The guy you want at your campfire, Ray. There's not a crew I've worked for didn't want me back.
And yet someone wants you dead.
Exactly. And for what? It's not like I've stolen anything big enough to get someone this pissed with me. Present company accepted.
All right. But don't make me regret it.
Hey, people can say what they want about you ice blocks, but there's a heart hidden somewhere under that cold skin. Well, at least a while after you come down from Elex.
Get out of here before I change my mind.
I am already gone. I'll wait on you at the entrance to the fort. We are gonna do good things together. Just don't take too long, okay?
Jax. Commander Jax. If someone had told me you would turn up here, I wouldn't have believed it. I heard you were dead.
They tried to execute me. I got lucky.
Disgraced, but not dead. An exile. Now the great commander stands before me. How times change. So what can one Alb rebel do for another?
I need your support.
And why should we help you?
It seems like we're on the same side, Sestak. The Alps from Zakor tried to kill me. What do they think of you?
The enemy of my enemy is my friend?
Isn't the fact that they want us both dead enough reason for us to help each other out?
No, that's not enough. Nobody has forgotten your loyalty to the hybrid. You would have done anything in his name. I should kill you here and now, in case you decided to rediscover your loyalty to him.
This is an opportunity, Sestak. We should work together.
The opportunity to let an enemy infiltrate our ranks?
Your narrow-mindedness is the reason you won't succeed. You're thinking like Albs, but you lack their strength.
Speak then, Jax. I will give you 3 chances to persuade us, before we decide your fate.
You are dependent on Elex. I am not. You can learn from that. You are still tied to Zakor while you take Elex. Even now, you are taking on a fight only because of your addiction. Elex weakens you.
Elex strengthens us physically and mentally, while your emotions weaken you.
My experience as an Alb commander can help you defeat the Albs sent after you.
They know you as well as you know them. That could be a weakness, and your knowledge of their orders is weeks old. It is useless.
You are fighting the Alexiters. They are my enemy too. Someone from Zakor ordered my execution. Can't you see that our fight is aligned?
Yes. Our struggle is not with the Alb people, only with their leaders. The things the Albs stood for, the true vision of our people, these things have been pushed aside since the hybrid appointed the Alexiters. And you were their most faithful servant. You saw to it that the hybrid's word stood above all. You and your brother Calax worked together to kill all who stood in the hybrid's way. How can I believe you have rejected all that past loyalty? Your arguments have failed to persuade me, but I will give you the chance to prove your value where words have failed.
And why would you do that?
Your survival without Elex, away from Zakor, is remarkable. You have lasted far longer than I could have imagined. That makes me curious as to how you have mastered the power of emotions and navigated the world of the free people. It makes me wonder what you will do next.
I found the thief who stole my armor.
So you have recovered your equipment?
No, he had sold it on.
Then it seems that your ties to Zakor are being cut. You will have to use the equipment you can get from the free people. That is good progress. But there are still some things to take care of. Come back when you have more to report.
I will find Calax.
Calax is the greatest threat left in Zakor after the hybrid. His attempt to execute you, if that is what it was, shows he will stop at nothing to see the hybrid's will is done.
That makes him the big threat to you separatists.
That is true. They say he has taken your place, and now leads the Alb armies into battle.
Then we should fight him together.
Your quest for revenge. It feels like an emotional need.
And so what? That doesn't change the facts.
Revenge clouds the mind. But whatever the facts, it is still too early for us to attack the Alexiters directly. And if they find you, then they will kill you. I suggest you stop the Alexiters discovering your resurrection. Your raider crashed in Edan. If the Albs there find someone who has seen you alive, then word of your survival may reach Zakor. You should kill those Albs before they can tell anyone in Zakor that you are still alive.
You think Zakor doesn't know I'm alive?
We have yet to hear any intel that indicates that they have learned of your survival.
It is a logical step, but eliminating Alb soldiers will not be easy. I thought your fight was with the Alexiters, not the foot soldiers of Zakor.
Believe me, I don't like the thought of killing Albs who have not had the chance to think about the truth. But the troops in Edan are not only capable of reporting your presence, but ours too. They threaten our existence.
Meaning, you want me to take care of your business.
You want our help. We want you to prove you share our interests. This will achieve both our aims.
Very well. Where can I find the Albs in Edan?
They are monitoring the converter in Edan. Someday Zakor hopes to reclaim it. I will send the coordinates to your adjutor.
I've killed the Albs in Edan.
So I have heard. It seems you are willing to fight against Zakor.
You did well, Jax. The cleric's attack has been pushed back. We are preparing our counterattack.
Save your troops for the converters. We must secure the Elex supply.
I will see that is done. Why do they do it, Jax? Can't they see these attacks are hopeless?
Emotions make animals of men. Don't try to understand them. I think the time is drawing near, Calyx. I think the hybrid will soon take us to the next level of evolution.
The hybrid sees all. The hybrid will be served. His is the future.
But then you and Calyx never were the squeamish sort.
Killing those few soldiers took brute force. You'll need a more strategic approach to deal with the forces in Zakor.
That is true. But you have shown a measure of the skills that will be required if you are to achieve your goals. What else do you have to report?
The changes in me are having other effects. I'm having visions.
What have you seen?
I'm not sure. I think they were visions from my past.
What have you learned from them?
Learned? Nothing. The visions have only given me more questions.
That may be so for now, but do not dismiss them. It may be that they have answers to offer you.
What is causing them?
I don't know for sure. There are many stories of Albs who have had visions as their bodies fought against Elex withdrawal. They say that it was something similar that gave the hybrid his first visions, but who knows? All there is around the hybrid are stories, few facts. But perhaps these visions will help you to learn who you really are, now that Zakor has lost its power over you.
Perhaps.
That is good progress. But there are still some things to take care of. Come back when you have more to report.
How do you justify targeting your fellow Albs?
We don't celebrate these deaths. They are sacrifices to a greater cause. You know the Albs and Zakor aren't free. They are blinded by the words of the Alexiters. Their minds are controlled by the hybrid. We separatists will see that influence broken. We will bring all Albs back to the true purpose and meaning of the directive. All Albs, including you. The Albs are about more than serving the hybrid and his need to consume all Elex. We broke with the clerics to follow logic instead of religion, to achieve the next step in evolution. The logic of this still holds. We must return to our true purpose.
The strong will always win.
Don't mistake raw power for strength. It is our goal that will define victory.
The highest goal of the directive is to deliver all Elex to Zakor.
That is what they say. But what do they use that Elex for? What were we working to achieve? You know better than I what Elex can do and what risks it carries. With their synthetic implants and all the Elex they have taken, the Alexiters have lost the ability to see things clearly. The will of the hybrid is all that they know. The Albs will be free to evolve again once the Alexiters have been removed.
Weakening the Albs means that the free people will come to power.
We have our agents and scouts all over Magalan. As soon as one of the other factions could endanger our purpose, we shall move to stop them.
You don't have the numbers to stop either the free people or the Alexiters.
Our numbers are growing, and we have become very effective in the way we operate. In your time as commander, you proved that effective action could be taken without needing large numbers of troops. That was important to you.
How are you planning to weaken the Albs?
Our first step must be to shut down the converters.
That is madness. You aren't strong enough to fight Zakor.
And it must be us who does it. We must lead the process that stops the Alexiters. You should be a part of this, Jax.
The converters must be silenced.
This is the control code that will stop the Elex extraction program. It will stop a converter from operating. But the code has to be uploaded directly into the central computer of each converter. We will start with this one here, in southern Abessa.
How do I get access to the converter's central computer?
You will need to access the converter's control center. That is always located in the upper area of the extraction tower.
What can you tell me about the defenses there?
Many of the units stationed there have been rotated out in the last few weeks. Our intel is reporting that they have been replaced by combat mechs, drones, and mutants.
So, what have we here? An exile or sightseer? Are you on your way down to join the damned, or have you just come to see where all the bad people go? Come on, speak up. You won't get to use the elevator until you've told me your business.
What elevator?
What elevator? The enormous wheel over there. The winch down to the world of exile.
What do you do here, apart from shout at passersby?
You watch your mouth. I'm the sole sentinel here. I do the guarding and the repairing. More the guarding than repairing right now. The elevator is bust and no one showed me how to fix it. So unless you know anything about winches, you can't get down there. Do you know anything about winches?
Enough to know it can't be complicated to fix.
What makes you think that?
It's a winch. Rope, wheel, up and down. What's so complicated about that?
It's a water winch. It needs water. And gears. It's complicated stuff. Fixing this elevator is really complicated, seeing as one of the gears is missing. So unless you've got a portable smelter and forge to make a new one, you're not gonna be repairing it right now, are you?
That depends.
Yeah?
Have you got a spare part?
Spare part? Spare part? Now, why didn't I think of that? Wait, yeah. I got loads of parts for you, right here, in my pants.
It's your job. Why don't you go and fetch a spare part?
Because my job has two parts, right? Guarding and repairing. Right now, there's only one part of my job that I'm not doing. If I go off looking for things, then I won't be doing either part of my job. And I don't want to get exiled for dereliction of duty.
How long has the gear been missing?
Since the other night. But why do you care? It's gone, and that's it.
It was stolen?
Exactly.
Even though you are supposed to be guarding the elevator?
It could be that I left my post for a short while.
So, you weren't guarding the elevator, and now you're not repairing it?
Clever, yeah, very clever. Look, the part's gone and that's it. Now I'm back at my post and, you know, maybe someone took the gear for maintenance or something.
But aren't you the person responsible for maintenance?
You know what? Fuck it. I took the winch apart and got rid of the gear. Satisfied?
You wanted to sabotage it?
I don't want anyone to leave the valley. And be honest, neither do you. Do you think it's right that those criminals get to go home for good service? While good people like me get stuck here without a chance for parole? Fuck that. Fuck them. They got themselves sent down there. They can stay down there.
You're going to tell me how I can get the gear back?
Yeah, good luck with that. I dropped it down the waterfall. With any luck, no one will find it.
So, it's by the waterfall. Thanks.
Shit, I knew. Soon as I saw you, I knew that this day was gonna be a ball ache.
I'll find the missing gear.
I don't want it found.
Have you ever been in the Valley of the Damned yourself?
Damned, yeah? Sort of the important part of Valley of the Damned. That place is for the exiled. I don't ever want to see that place.
Does anyone ever get exiled unjustly?
The law is clear. You have to be an idiot to break it. And our warlords are smart, really smart. They can see when someone is a threat to Goliath. That's why my job is important. I do guarding and repairing, remember? Besides, most of them down there are too busy dodging the creatures to plan an escape.
How many exiled live in the valley?
I don't know. There used to be guards that went down there to check on them, but they don't do that anymore. Not since the recent Alba attacks. Now, nobody is keeping record of how many have died or how many are still working where they were told to, so who knows? But it's their fault. They shouldn't have broken the law.
I've got the missing gear, so now you can repair the winch.
Are you sure you want that doing? Think about it. You're opening the door to criminals. We could be attacked, murdered, passed over for promotion. Who knows what could happen?
I'm not asking.
Fix the damn winch.
So, your mind can't be changed? All right. I will, under one condition. Give me your word, man to man, that you will keep your silence. Ragnar can't find out that I sabotaged his elevator. All right?
You know other people will come here.
Right. I'll get to work right away. Give me a minute. So, that's it. The elevator should work now. But if I find out that someone has used this elevator without authorization, you will have to answer to me.
Stop. Not another step if you value your life.
I value it.
Commander Jax, they said you were dead. Executed.
They tried. They failed.
And so you live. So you're still Commander Jax, Alb servant of the hybrid? Or has a near-death experience brought you to your senses?
I am not an enemy of the Separatists.
No? Then why are you here? It looks like you're no longer taking Elex. But does that mean you've joined the fight against Zakor?
They tried to kill me. I'm owed some revenge.
So, you've swapped sides too. But just because you're free doesn't mean you're not a threat. 5 minutes with the free people teaches you that emotions don't make people less dangerous. Strange, isn't it? On this side, free from Elex and from control. And where you've gone, some of us are trying to follow. We want to be free from Elex, eventually. We want to stop the Ice Palace from making a mistake.
How did you escape from the other Albs?
We didn't set out to become separatists. We were part of a commando unit. Our mission hit problems and we were cut off from Zakor. After a while, we began to run out of supplies, including Elex. It wasn't long before we started to dream, to feel. Elexator Parsec noticed it first. He sent out patrols to locate possible sources of Elex, but it was too late. Eventually, our unit got round the enemy and returned to Zakor. But we had changed. We realized we wanted to think. We no longer wanted to be controlled by the Alb directive.
What happened?
We escaped and made it out here. We knew Parsec and the other Elexitors would see it as treason, but we had already seen too much without Elex to blind us. The Albs are bringing about their own downfall. They're slaves with Elex there to control them. Escaping and joining the Separatists was the only logical course of action. In order to save the Albs, the Elexitors must resign, and the old directive must be followed. I still believe the Albs can become more than we are. But we can't do it alone, and we can't save this planet by subjugating and killing everyone else.
What do you think of the Free People?
There must be another way to get Elex than to extract it from living people. Well, we think that the Albs will win someday. But what then? What happens when there is no more Elex? What happens when we have used all the resources? We fear that could mean the downfall of us all.
You really want to give up Elex?
Yes. We don't want to poison ourselves anymore. We still take it, but we control it. It doesn't control us.
You really think you're in control?
Would I speak out against the Elexitors if it wasn't true? We're helping each other. We're keeping our strength and our free will.
Keep taking Elex, and the Free People will see you as Albs.
The Outlaws have their chems, their berserkers, their mana. How can this be seen as different? They can accept it. They must. It is in their best interests. But how are we to persuade them if we can't get you on our side? Are we able to trust you?
Can't you give up Elex if it would help you join another faction?
It is for each Alb to decide. And for now, we have decided to take it. We have to stand by their decision. We are free people now, and won't replace one ruler with another.
You don't have a choice.
We have to trust you and hope you don't betray us. I suppose our only other choice would be to kill you. And if we kill everyone we doubt, then we would still be elves. Don't make me wish we had killed you.
When did you last see Elixir Calyx?
It was a long time ago. You both were on the battlefield fighting the Free People.
What have you been doing here in Edan?
Hiding from the elves, hiding from the Free People, and wondering what will become of us. And we do it with fear. For the first time, we do it with fear.
Yes, I know. Elex withdrawal is hard.
Logic, precision, they are what we have been for most of our lives, and now we find those things challenged. It's confusing. But with that fear comes something else. Hope. Hope that our freedom means something. But unless we can find people, free people, who will work with us, then we don't stand a chance.
I could speak to the Berserkers.
Is there a Berserker you can trust? Someone who would work with us? If there is, please, talk to them for us. You know what we can do. Persuade them that they need us on their side, that we can help. We seek an alliance, not a fight.
What would you want in return?
To be treated like the other Free People. The clerics have fought wars with the Berserkers, but they still speak to them. Some of them must understand that we deserve a chance. For that, we will work with them to stop the rule of Zakor.
If you say so. You're being hunted by Albs?
Parsec has sent a special forces unit to find us. They outnumber us, and they're better armed. Our old comrades are out to kill us.
I'll find the Albs who are hunting you.
There's a whole squad, at least 5 of them. Can you handle that?
Do you know where this Special Forces unit is?
Their last position was northwest of here. Since they don't know our strength, they'll follow protocol and wait there for reinforcements. And as we know, true Albs follow protocol. They will still be at that position.
The Berserker Hakon sent me to speak to you.
Hakon? What does he have to say?
Hakon says you killed his men.
There's a truth in that. We killed Berserkers in the battle before we changed. It was a massacre, in truth. One ordered by Zakor. But we are not who we once were. We are no longer Albs who blindly follow the word of the Elexiters. We have to convince him of that. We will find a way to pay reparation for what we did. And we can start by offering a hand in alliance. If Hakon will offer us a haven here, the protection of a truce, we will fight against our common enemy. But he must do it soon. Zakor is preparing to move against us. Soon, the Elexiters may kill us for him.
I found the Albs.
So, they are scouting those locations. They must be planning another attack. Did you kill the scouts? Or are you here to ask for help?
I spoke with them.
To the Albs? And you're still alive? No, you're full of shit. Albs don't speak to anyone.
Those Albs didn't kill your men. They have left Zakor. They're free from the Alb directive.
And you believed that shit?
The Separatists don't want to fight you. You should talk to them. They're good fighters looking for allies to bring down the Elexiters.
Allies? This stinks of a trap.
It's no trap. They want your help. They're fighting the Albs to put an end to the bloodshed, to get rid of the Elexiters.
You're serious? Albs that want to fight Albs? Well, if they want to give up the fight, then it is my job to give them a welcome. Tell me where you found them.
They're to the west, where you said they would be.
I'll send a few men to these separatists to see what their intentions really are. If they're lying, they will pay with their lives. But if they're telling the truth, then maybe we Berserkers have found the allies we need to defeat the Albs. Here, take this as payment for your help.
Pretty isolated here.
Yeah, and? I don't trust strangers. I don't trust people who haven't committed to a faction. That means I don't trust you. Everything here belongs to the Duke. That means everything I find here goes straight to the scrap baron. His answer to goods going missing is to rip whoever takes it a new one, and I don't want any new holes.
What the scrap baron doesn't see, the scrap baron doesn't know.
Sure. You think the scrap baron got where he is without sniffing BS like that at a mile? He'd know. I'd be dead. Forget it.
Why are you so scared of the scrap baron?
I don't know. Maybe because he's a cold-blooded, profit-obsessed nutjob? You don't get made Lord of all salvage by the Duke by talking nicely to people. And the scrap baron is one of the Duke's main guys up at the fort.
So it's fear, not loyalty?
Loyalty? This is Tavar. Nobody's loyal to anything but shards here. You don't mess with the Duke or the scrap baron, not if you want to keep all your body parts attached to the rest of your body. And he does pay. We all get our share of the profit. Can I ask a question while you're talking?
What do you want to know?
I want to know what you know about, you know, this place. The desert. Tavar. All of Magellan. What happened here? Have you never asked yourself that? I mean, we live amongst the ruins of the old world, but what do we really know about it?
Why do you want to know?
I spend every day picking this stuff up, and we just sell it, break it up for components, melt it down. But I don't know anything about the people who made them, who they were, or what happened to them. I mean, do you never ask yourself that? I mean, if you just look at all this stuff, their world was full of this technology. Do you never wonder what our world could have been if whatever happened hadn't happened?
The past is dead.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose it is.
If scrap's so important, why are you here on your own?
Yeah, the fort sent a gang to work with me, but they stole the scrap instead of delivering it. We had a deal, but they had guns. I'm just glad they didn't plug me before they went.
And that means?
The last time I requested my goods, they spat in my face. They said they won't work for me anymore. They don't care if I'm dead. They're only interested in the scrap they got. And without that scrap, I'm dead.
Why did you let them get away with it?
Well, begging wouldn't get me anywhere, and there are too many to threaten. And I'm not going looking for them on my own. If the scrap baron is pissed, he'll have to come and find me here.
So, you've given up.
It shouldn't be my problem. If the scrap baron wants the scrap, he should be helping me stop those guys. He's the one with the reputation. But now, it's too late. The scrap baron blames me and my time is running out.
I can help you.
And I'm supposed to just trust you like that? Last time I trusted someone, they ran off on me and landed me in this situation. Why do you want to help me at all?
Because I don't want to see you turned into dog food.
Yeah, I'd like to avoid that too. I guess I don't have much choice. I'm just lacking in ideas. If you think of one, let me know.
I will get your man to start working.
All right. Let's hear how you think you can do it.
Either they'll do it willingly, or I will force them back to work.
All right, but don't go crazy. They're not gonna help me if they're dead.
So, has word spread that there's Elexit to be earned here? Grab your cock and get ready to rock, because we've got some great scrap out there just waiting to be dug up. Look for pieces with a high concentration of Elex. Those are what the buyer will want. Come on, let's get moving.
Who is the buyer?
I'm not revealing my business connections, but you don't have to worry. I'll get us a good deal. So, are you with us or not?
You're confused. I'm not a scrap collector.
Wait a moment. If you're not here to help us, if you're not here, you must be a bounty hunter.
Do I look like a bounty hunter?
Yeah. But all right, I don't see why you deny it. So let's both just calm it down, okay?
I am calm.
Good, right. Just don't go stressing me, all right?
Is that how you live out here? By scavenging?
Scavenging? I'm not here to pick up a few tin cans. I'm out here to get rich. They call me Lucky Sam. And I am the best scrap dealer you'll find in Tavar.
What will earn me the most shards?
Anything with a good concentration of Elex in it. The higher the concentration, the more I'll pay you for it. If you find something of interest, sell it to me. I'm always looking for scrap, and you need shards. And if you're looking for salvage, I'll take your shards for it.
You've got rich with scrap?
Don't let your eyes shine so fast. It's not an easy business. Some sites yield nothing, and the good ones are getting harder to find. Then there's all the extra expenses. You need to keep your scrap collectors happy. They like the entertainment district, you see? All those costs. It means I rely on the bonuses to get by.
So, if you're looking for profit, why have you stopped supplying Trevor?
Trevor? You've met that miser, have you? The bastard owes us food supplies, and he needs to show an interest in paying us properly. Then he might get his business back again. Maybe you can help us after all. Would you take care of cutting all connections to our old employer? We've got to make a living out here. And with what Trevor tries to pay us, well, that's not really giving us an opportunity to do that. If you can get us out of this, I'll make it worth your while.
Your agreement, your mess. And that means you're stuck with it.
You can't make me deal with him. And you should look at it from my perspective before you try. Look, I know I play it tough. You have to out here. But these guys rely on me. I'm trying to look after them. Either we get more shards, or that deal is through. Trevor won't get anything.